Another question that came in, I still have a lot of questions on my notes here from people that have sent their questions, but let me read the one from the chat. Do I need to have an M&T checking or savings account in order for you guys to give me an approval?
So no, you do not need to be an M&T customer. I will, in the chat, I will give you my website so you guys can look, my information, send me emails, and also there's going to be a link on there that says get pre-approved. So you're not required to be an M&T customer. You definitely can be, right? There's many benefits that can be offered if you are, part of M&T. And once we sign up for the process, we can let you know what the benefits are if you're a non-customer versus customer.
Okay. So moving right along, what happens if I was working for a company for a long time and then transition to become a self-employed? Let's say I have only been a self-employed for about 1 month and I decide to buy a property. Am I able to purchase? Meaning, say for example, you've been with the company for about 7 years and then you decide to own your own business, but you've only been there for 1 month. Would that person be able to purchase?
So in this situation that you're giving us, since we don't have any, reliable income just yet, since there's no tax return filed, right, we're not able to make a decision. So we will require you to have, be self-employed for a little bit longer so we can determine, your income. Because with this one, right, there's no eligible income since you only been employed for 1 month. We don't know if your income is going to change down the road or if it's going to increase, decrease. So that's when it comes down to, we have to wait a little bit longer to make a decision.
Okay. So, oh, give me 1 second. I need to admit someone. Okay. So, if I changed jobs from a normal job to becoming a federal employee, and it's only been less than 2 years, can I still buy a home?
So if you're a W-2 employee, you're not self-employed, you receive W-2s, and you transition to a new job, we needed to be working at that job for at least 30 days. We need 2 pay stubs in order to pre-approve you for a mortgage.
Okay, so that means that you need at least 30 days worth of pay stub before you can get approved for a mortgage. So let me go back to that. Let me go back to the question of that other person who has been working at a job for about 7 years and then became a self-employed. Since the tax return of that person is going to be received, is it because of the lack of pay stub? That's only going to be the reason why a decision cannot be made on that application, right?
Correct. The lack of proof of income as self-employed. That's what the bank is going to see, and since there's no proof yet, nothing filed officially yet, the bank's not able to make a decision.
Okay. What is you already said the minimum. So regarding the minimum credit score requirement to be a homeowner, which you have stated that is 580 for M&T, is that 580? Because I've heard a lot of many times where they say your minimum for you to have pre-qualify, you need a minimum of 620 credit score, and you come around and you say it's 580. Is that 580 specific to M&T Bank, and is that going to affect the interest rates that person will be qualified for a lot, or what would you rather prefer people's credits be?
Sure. So yes, 580 is specifically to M&T Bank. So we go in, we can help you get an FHA loan and qualify you with a credit score as little as 580, which, to give an example, right, let's say you're looking to get a mortgage with one of these major banks out there, such as Bank of America, it's going to be 620 that they require. So M&T is a little bit less lenient, more lenient, right? We're able to still help you out, and your interest rate is not going to change that much based on your credit score.
Oh, your interest rate is not going to change that much?
Correct. On this type of product, on FHA loan, right, it's not going to be a major difference. If we look at the second product we talked about before, conventional loan, we want your credit score to be as high as possible so you can get the best interest rate.
Got it. Okay. So that's good. So you guys, if you then somebody asked, I'm missing a question. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm trying to read from here and also from the ones I have here. Someone had asked that, what other ways do you build credit aside credit card?
So we can always view credit. It's called non-traditional credit. So let's say you have a cell phone bill and you have a great payment history with the cell phone bill. We can use that as non-traditional credit. Same thing with utilities. Let's say you pay gas on a monthly basis. You have a great payment history. We can use that towards credit. Utility, that's a big one. Rent, same thing with rent. If you have 12 months or more with rent, we can use that to qualify for credit. So there are certain ways to get around to improve your credit. What I always recommend is, if you don't have the best credit, work with a credit specialist.
And Doba Tax LLC. Doba has that service as well. We help people. And want to answer your question, I wanted to hear Jason talk so that before I chime in on that. One other way, there's something called Experian Boost. And Experian Boost is free. If you have utilities that you pay, like your house bill and all, your utility bill, your phone bills and all that, you can put that on there and it would help you boost your credit score. Another thing you can do is there's something called self-pay. If you don't need a credit card, there's something called self-pay, whereby you pay, you set up your account with that company. You can select to pay the minimum amount of $25 on a monthly basis. By the time you make your third payment of $25, they're going to start reporting to the 3 credit bureaus as though they gave you a certificate of deposit, some loan. Now you do that payment for 24 months. After 24 months, you get your money back, but you're going to get $580 as opposed to getting $520 as opposed to getting your $600. If you want more information, contact us at Doba. You can go on our website, we have links. And then, like Jason also mentioned, there's something called Credit My Rent. You can also use Credit My Rent as a resource. Go on Doba website, doballc.com. If you click on the credit repair part, you would see, it will take you to a website where Doba is affiliate with, and they offer all of these services. But at the end of the day, in this country, you need credit. You can have all the cash in the world. If you don't have that credit, you're going to be paying a lot. So let's go to the next question. Can I qualify for multifamily home? And what income level would qualify me to buy a multifamily?
Yes, so you can qualify for a multifamily home. Like we looked at the slide, right? You can get an FHA product loan. You have to put down as little as 3.5%. And income, right? It varies because you may be looking at a 2-family home that's $200,000, and you might only need $40,000 based on your liabilities on your debt. But you also may be interested in a house that's $500,000-$600,000, and your income has to be much higher. So income, right? I wouldn't be able to give you an answer. I would recommend reaching out to me after, right, so we can look at your case specifically, and I can let you know exactly on how much you make a year, what is the amount that you can qualify for. Okay,
and during the slide, Jason had mentioned that you need a very good realtor who would be able to help you through the process. That realtor that you need is my spouse, happens to be my spouse. Or full disclosure, full disclosure. But he he's a realtor and he's an amazing realtor. He works with you from the start to the finish. And we're building a team here at Doba where we have the mortgage lender, you have the realtor, we have the immigration lawyers, we also have if you need commercial loan for your business, we're building up, we have a team of people who would be able to help you with commercial loan for your business. So what Doba is trying to do is to bring everything together for you guys so you don't have to look outside a lot. And that can save you from running from pillar to post. And we will be holding, like after this session, another session will be for people that have businesses who are looking to get extra commercial loan, because we understand how COVID has affected a lot of businesses and a lot of them are closing up. We do not want those businesses to close out. I'll be coming to you with funding opportunities. And I have one of those opportunities that is for companies who are making $250,000 and above, and they can get funding within 5 days. So don't get it twisted. Doba is really, really looking out for you, and we're trying to bring you the information closer to home so you don't have to look too far. So going to the next question, Jason, if I just got my papers whereby, let's say, green card or work authorization, as the case may be, how soon could I be a homeowner?
So pretty much the very next day. So as long as you have your resident card or your work authorization, depending on what category, you can start shopping houses the very next day. As long as, same thing, we're going to look back at your employment history. So if you've been in that role for at least 30 days or that job for 30 days, and you just got your green card, the very next day you can start shopping for a house.
There is no tax return in this case, Jason. Are you saying that even without having a prior year tax return or 2 years prior tax return, like they always ask, with a green card and a new job that I started about 30 days ago, and I still have that job, I am able to put in for a mortgage?
Correct. So it's, self-employed and W-2 employees, right? The banks look at them differently. So even though there's no tax returns filed yet, if we see that there's steady income, and then another major thing we look at is credit, right? If there's 580 credit score and above, 30 days worth of pay stubs, we're able to move forward.
Okay, guys, you guys can hear that you're able to move forward. We have a lot of people in our community that fall into this category, and M&T Bank is here for you. Doba LLC, we worked so much with M&T Bank. We worked with them during the PPP processing, and we got a lot of businesses approved for PPP, inclusive of their forgiveness period. We were also involved in the forgiveness implementation as well. So my company have a good relationship with M&T, and we work with great and awesome people like Jason, like Tamara, and we want you guys to, be able to do all these things and get your dreams fulfilled with ease. So going to the next question, with the rising cost in the housing market, what you already went through the minimum that will be required for anyone, because someone had asked, what is the minimum that I need to have if I'm going to, towards down payment and closing, if I'm buying a house worth of $350,000?
So same thing, right? That dollar amount is gonna vary. I would recommend reaching out after the call, right? So we can look at your exact same case. But to give an example, we look at your income versus your liabilities versus your debt, and with that number, we're able to use to calculate how much you can afford. So if you're looking to buy for something that's $350,000, we have to look at how much debt you have. That is the biggest thing. If you don't have much debt, let's say for this example, let's say you have 0 debt and you're looking to buy something in the 350 price point range, you're looking at about 55 to 60,000 a year in order to qualify.
In terms of AGI, that's your W-2 income, right?
Correct. So same thing, AGI, right? We're looking at around that dollar figure in order to qualify.
I think she's asking about how much should she have as down payment?
Oh, down payment
and closing.
Gotcha. So for 350,000, right? If we decide to go with an FHA loan, we're looking at 3.5%. So 3.5% of 350,000, you're looking at 12,250. So
And
that's
that
just
excludes the closing cost, right?
exactly excludes the closing cost. That's just for your down payment. And then the closing cost is anywhere between 3 to 5% of the loan amount. So you're looking at potentially, 12, 25,000. But you have to remember, right? There's always help out there. You can always shop around to get a seller concession or get one of these grants that can help towards your closing costs or your down payment.